I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball. And then imagine a 162 game schedule, all of them on YouTube, no skipped innings, no simulated games. And that's what you'd have right here. Thank you for joining me. So this is game number 80. We are almost at the midway part of this regular season. Let's kick this game off. It's the first game of a quick 2-game set at home against the Cleveland Indians. Bang. Mark Ruffalo is unable to come to the park. Look at this. Mark Ruffalo will be unable to come to the park today due to some family-related issues outside of his control. He raged out as the Hulk, destroyed a public place. You'll have to rework the batting order, replace the player. Let's do it. Let's do. No. Let's go with. Not Vin Diesel. Let's go with Benedict Cumberbatch. And let's put Dave Bautista here, Cumberbatch. Actually, let's do this. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. Let's rock and roll. How about that? Little game day emergency. So, in this created franchise on MLB The Show for PlayStation 4, I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting is set to All-Star. Obviously, I do play-by-play. So, live at Crosley Field, welcome fans one and all to Major League Baseball as the Cleveland Indians visit the Hollywood Avengers. On the mound for the Avengers is Bradley Cooper, also known as Rocket Raccoon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He's 4-7, not a great season so far. First half has been a struggle. 4-7 with a 5.28 earned run average. And leading off for the Cleveland Indians is Edgar Martinez, 274, 9 homers, 34 runs batted in. Comes the first pitch of the ball game from Rocket. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. Welcome to the stream. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. On the mound is Rocket Raccoon, Bradley Cooper. This is the first game of a quick 2-game set against the Cleveland Indians at home, and it's a deep drive to center, racing over his war machine. He makes the catch for the first out of the ball game. That is Don Cheadle in center field. Hey, it's me, Bomba. I haven't talked in a while. So I'm sorry, no reason to apologize. Thank you for visiting the stream. Cleveland Indians lineup. Third baseman is Edgar Martinez. Right fielder is Al Kaline. Eddie Murray is at first. Ken Griffey Jr. is in center field. The DH is J.D. Martinez. In left is Garrett Anderson. Trevor Story is the shortstop. Salvador Perez is the catcher. And batting ninth and playing second base is Mr. Wong himself. So one out, base is empty. Al Kaline's hitting .266, 15 homers, 47 runs batted in. Welcome to the stream once again. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a one-out single for the Cleveland Indians here in the top of the first. First hit of the ball game. Always a pleasure to see your name in the chat box. Here's the replay. Al Kaline up the middle. Solid base hit. Out of the diving attempt by Anthony Mackie in shortstop. So next up is Eddie Murray. 326, 25 homers, 60 RBIs as we approach the All-Star break in this created franchise. Runner leads off first. Hopefully you're having a good day watching your stream in the Field of Dreams game. I did watch some of the Field of Dreams game. For those of you that are watching this stream at a later date, this is the summer of 2021. And today was the Field of Dreams game where they brought Kevin Costner. Swing and a miss. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Murray. Kevin Costner went out to throw the first pitch, and they had that old field where the Chicago White Sox and the New York Yankees, wearing the old throwback uniforms, walked onto the field from the I guess the cornfields. It was just pretty magical. I'll be honest with you. Didn't exactly get teary, but I thought it was fun. Swing and a miss, struck him out for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Rocket Raccoon. Here's the replay. Was it a strike? You know what? It could have been too close to take. Probably called strike 3 on the inside corner. So 2 away, runner at first. Up next is Ken Griffey Jr. 346, 17 homers, 64 runs batted in. I hope they do this regularly, says Bomba Time Gaming. Every year that we have teams, every year. I hope so too. I thought it was a nice touch. Count is no balls and 1 strike to Griffey. Outside corner with the cut fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So the Avengers are 51-28. They are fighting for first place in the National League West with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that is a blooping line drive down the left field line, rolling all the way to the wall. Elba tosses it back in. He's rounding third and heading home and misses the cutoff man. He'll score. It's an RBI double for Ken Griffey Jr. and the Cleveland Indians take an early 1-0 lead here in the top of the first. That's double number 21 for Griffey. Basically slashes it the other way down the left field line. So 2 outs, runner in scoring position at second for the DH J.D. Martinez. 330, 27 homers, 71 runs batted in. Kind of like the Mexico series. Indeed. Here comes the pitch. And he pops it up down the right field line, racing over his Batista. Foul territory. Makes the catch to retire the side. However, a double by Ken Griffey Jr. puts the Cleveland Indians on the board after a half inning of play. It's the Indians 1. The Avengers coming to bat. This is Avengers baseball. So on the mound for the Cleveland Indians is Johnny Cueto, making his 17th start of the season. His record this year is 5-6 with a 4.47 earned run average. And leading off for the Avengers is the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. 307, 11 homers, 43 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty, Cueto. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. The Indians are in first place in the American League Central. They're only 7 games over 500. So Central's not the powerhouse we were expecting. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Mackie. If you haven't seen the Falcon and Winter Soldier TV show on the streaming channel Disney Plus, I would suggest you check it out. It's pretty cool. Pitches outside, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. If you've seen it, it's a little late now. You should know that he is the next Captain America. Officially has the shield and the new outfit. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sorry to be the spoiler, but it's been over a month since the show has debuted. And that's a line drive headed towards the right field corner. It is catch. Al Kaline makes the catch on the warning track for the first out. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Mackie led off with a fly ball out, shortstop. Tom Holland's at second, Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The DH is check that. The catcher is Chris Evans. Bozeman is the third baseman. Dave Batista's in right, and so on and so forth. I butchered that starting lineup. Next up is Holland. Pitches inside, ball 1. He's hitting .365 to lead the ball club. 10 homers, 53 runs batted in. Line drive, base hit, 1 out single for Spider-Man. And the Avengers have a base hit in the game here in the bottom of the first. Here's the replay. Hard line drive up the middle. Like I said before, he's leading the team in batting average. Came into the game with a .365 average. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. 279, 10 homers, 41 runs batted in. He is Iron Man. 2-seam fastball finds the outside corner for strike 1. Tony Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the man who started it all. Quick throw to first. So it's a 1-0 lead for the Indians in this quick 2-game set as we approach the All-Star break. And Downey Jr. skies it to center. Easy play for Griffey, and there are 2 away. Two outs, runner at first. Up steps the original Captain America. In June, he's been hot. Overall, 308, 9 homers, 37 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Cueto. Pitch out, but nothing doing. I'm back doing YouTube, and I'm doing a late-night recap show of all events in sports, first baseball, and I'm looking to have some guests. Well, hey, listen, Sounds like it's interesting. I will definitely check out your channel. For those of you that are unaware, Bumba Time Gaming is a YouTube channel of its own. A lot of very cool content. I suggest you check it out. Checks his swing, but finds the strike zone. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Evans. Plays Steve Rogers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Nope.
Slider inside 2 balls and 1 strike. Holland leads off first. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. 1-0. And he pulls it to right, but there is K-Line to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of an inning of play, it's Cleveland 1, the Avengers 0. So we go to the top of the second. Stepping up to the plate for the Indians is Garrett Anderson. 273, 16 homers, 44 RBIs. Yeah, if you ever want to just be on it, just in a stream of when I do it and we can work something out. Well, I think that's a great idea. I'm definitely open to some ideas. A little late on the fastball, slices out of play for the first strike. I don't know if you have me on Twitter. Best way to reach me is probably a private message on Twitter. We can discuss the details. Fastball at the knees. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Anderson. Strike 3 called. That's the second strikeout of the game for Rocket Raccoon. And there's 1 away. Next up, Trevor Story. 302, 25 homers, 57 runs batted in. The hell of a lineup. Seems like every hitter has 20-plus home runs in this lineup. Checks his swing, cut fastball, finds the outside corner for strike 1. And he fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count is no balls and 2 strikes to Story. Out in front of the changeup. He strikes him out. There's 2 away. Strikeout number 3 for Bradley Cooper. Here's the replay. Terrible angle for a strikeout. It should always be from over the shoulder of the pitcher so you can see the location. But look at how far ahead he is on that swing. So next up, Salvador Perez, the catcher. 247, 10 homers, 30 runs batted in. 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the second. 1-0 lead for the Indians. Pitches low, ball 1. Is your Twitter the same as your channel name? Pretty much. All you have to do is just look for RC and then Robbin. Robbin with 2 B's. So RC Robbin with 2 B's. And very easy to find. My face is there. Ugly bald head. Racing over towards the left center field gap is War Machine. Don Cheadle makes the catch. Nice covering lots of territory there to retire the side after an inning and a half of baseball here in Crosley Field. Still a 1-0 lead for the Indians. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the bottom of the second inning, and the late, great Chadwick Boseman steps up to the plate. 337, 10 homers, 38 runs batted in. I say late and great because checks his swing, inside ball 1. Chadwick, we lost Chadwick in real life to colon cancer in the year 2020. May he rest in peace. Out in front of the slider, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. But of course, he lives forever in Avengers Baseball. Ground ball through the legs of Cueto and into center field. It's a leadoff single for Black Panther. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Here's the replay. Let's watch it. I think it goes right through his legs. Yep, right through the legs. Tries to get the glove down, but unsuccessful. So he has speed. At first, up steps Drax the Destroyer, who is super hot in his last handful of games. Overall, he's hitting .318, 10 homers, 40 runs batted in. Dave Bautista, right fielder for the Avengers. Slider high, ball 1. Yeah, I'm open-minded. You get me to talk about either sports or video games or my channel, and I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to discuss any of the 3. A little late on the fastball, fouls it off, count 1 ball and 1 strike. Black Panther leads off first, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. And that's a line drive. It will dunk in there for a single. Big turn at second, but he will hold. So they have something cooking here in the bottom of the second inning as 2 runners on and nobody out for the Avengers. I just followed you on Twitter. I'll message you about the recap show after I do a show tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Bomba time. Up next is the Sorcerer Supreme. Late replacement today. Oh, that's a deep drive to right. But a lot of real estate out there. Tagging at second and heading to third is Black Panther. He will make it. So 1 out, defensive alignment for the Cleveland Indians in the outfield from left to right. We have Garrett Anderson, Ken Griffey Jr., and Al Kaline. And in the infield, Edgar Martinez, Trevor Story, Colton Wong, Eddie Murray, with Salvador Perez behind home plate. So runners at first and third with 1 away here in the bottom of the second. And up steps Idris Elba. Fastball in there, strike 1. Idris is hitting .269, 5 homers, 31 runs batted in. He plays Hemidall in the Thor franchise. Out in front of the changeup, 2 quick strikes on Hemidall. He needs to get that runner home from third to tie this ball game.
Nope, at the ball.
Low and inside, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Elba. Again, runners. And he pulls it foul. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. So we have Bozeman at third, Batista at first, with Idris Elba at the plate. 1-0 Cleveland here in the bottom of the second. And that's a bouncer up to the mound, throws to first in time. It's a swinging bunt that scores a run. We'll call that an RBI groundout for Idris Elba, and this ball game is tied at 1. So he got the job done. I mean, not an impressive swing, but a run from third scored. So 2 away, runner at second in scoring position. Up steps Don Cheadle, hitting .316 on the season. Don Cheadle plays War Machine or James Rhodes in the Iron Man franchise. Change up, low and outside, ball 1. Cheadle's a switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Johnny Cueto. Oh, I think he probably didn't check it. So the umpire says he probably went too far. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Batista leads off second. And he pulls it, but pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Rhodey. Slider inside. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the second inning in this first game of a quick 2-game set at Crosley Field. Here comes the pitch. And that is a line drive, base hit into the right center field gap, rounding third and heading home is Batista. It's an RBI 2-out single by War Machine to give the Avengers a quick 2-1 lead as the pitching coach for the Indians makes that slow stroll out to the mound to discuss things with Cueto to calm things down. Discuss strategy, cool them off. So next up is the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie. He's 0 for 1. He fouls off the changeup for strike 1. So he plays Sam Wilson. He lined out in the first inning. He's going. Pitches in there for it. No, wait. Throw down to second is offline. It's a stolen base for Don Cheadle. Here's the replay. I honestly, even if it was online, I don't think he would have had him. He had too much of a jump on the pitcher. So Cheadle's in scoring position with 2 outs. A single can get him home with run number 3. Let's see what happens. That's a line drive over the head of the third baseman and down the left field line, rounding third and heading home is Don Cheadle. It is an RBI single, a 2-out RBI single. Cut the check from the new Captain America, and the MCU now leads 3-1. Cut that check. Next up, Spider-Man has a hit in this game already. Runner leads off first. Pitch out, nothing doing. So it's 3-1 Marvel here in the bottom of the second. Both runs scored with 2 outs. 2-out clutch hits. Again, another pitch out. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Cueto was obviously struggling this inning. All 3 runs have crossed the plate here in the bottom of the second. Again, here's the pitch. And that's a deep, oh, it's ground ball through the left side. It is another 2-out single. And the floodgates are about to open. Runners at first and second, still 2 away. It's already a 2-run advantage. Cueto, 1 and 2/3 innings, giving up 6 hits already, 3 earned runs. So Robert Downey Jr. steps up. Left-handed hitter. He's 0 for 1. Slider in there. Strike 1. Backdoor slider. Flew out in the first. A lot of speed on the base paths. Backs him off the plate with the slider. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Robert Downey Jr., the man who started it all with that first Iron Man film in 2008. Change up inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He's already up to pitch. The next pitch from Cueto will be pitch number 40 here with only 1 2/3 innings pitched. And he pops him up. This should get him out of the inning. Griffey is there to retire the side. But 3 runs cross the plate for the Avengers. After 2 innings of baseball, it's 3-1 Avengers. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Avengers Baseball. So we go to the top of the 3rd. Up steps Colton Wong, 291, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in. Cut fastball high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Strike 2, big strike zone by the home plate umpire. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Very quickly, I'd like to show, once a game I show the gameplay difficulty. Hitting difficulty is at All-Star, and the pitching difficulty is also at All-Star. I'd like to show that once a game, just for record-keeping sake. Anyway, the count is 0-2 on Wong. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Colton Wong. Strikeout number 4 for Bradley Cooper. Here's a replay. That was a strike. He just flat out missed it. Lineup turns over for the Indians. Edgar flew out in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. Pops him up. Out of play. Strike 1. And he jams him. Foul ball. Count is 0-2. And he pops him up. Will he get over there? He will. Second baseman catches the pop-up. Nice play by Spider-Man for the second out. Getting that uniform dirty. So 2 away, bases empty here in the top of the 3rd. Al Kaline singled in his first at-bat. Scored a run. Second plate appearance. And it is a lazy fly ball down the right field line. Batista makes the catch to retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Rocket Raccoon after 2.5. It's 3-1. Avengers lead. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Up steps Chris Evans. Flew out in the first. He's 0 for 1. A switch hitter in this very versatile lineup. Batting from the left side. Late on the slider. Strike 1. Cueto sets and delivers. Changeup finds the outside corner, and the count is quickly to no balls and 2 strikes on the original Captain America, Steve Rogers. And he pops it up. Medium right field. Kaline makes the catch for the first down. Next up, Chadwick Boseman. He's got that average up to 340 with that single in the first inning. Second plate appearance. 1 out, bases empty. And he skies it to right center field. Back goes Kaline, over the shoulder running catch for the second out. Busy day out there in right field. There are 2 away. So 2 away, up steps Dave Bautista. Singled, scored a run. Here comes the pitch. And that is a deep fly ball. It is off the top of the wall, making the turn at first, heading to second. He will be in there. It's a 2-out double for Drax the Destroyer. Number 19 for Dave. Doubles leaders on the Avengers. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, leads the team entering the play with 22. Dave is right behind him, now has 20. Or 19. I don't know. Math is tough for me, ladies and gentlemen. Next up is Benedict Cumberbatch, designated hitter today, Stephen Strange. And that is a base hit to right. Rounding third and heading home, it's a 2-out RBI single for Stephen Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme. And it is now a 3-run ball game as the MCU leads 4-1. Cueto, 2 2/3 innings pitched, already 8 hits and 4 earned runs. That is not the line that he imagined when he got out of bed this morning. Next up, Idris Elba. And it's a line drive to right to retire the side. So, another run crosses the plate. After the end of 3 here at Crosley Field, it's the Hollywood Avengers 4, Cleveland Indians 1. Leading off the top of the 4th is Eddie Murray, struck out in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. If you're wondering why Eddie Murray is playing for the Cleveland Indians, it's because in this created franchise, all of the legendary players were thrown into a fantasy draft at the beginning of the season. That's a drive. Racing back is Elba. It makes the catch. 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's the replay. Gave it a ride, but Elba in left made the catch. So 1 away, bases empty, up steps Ken Griffey Jr. Doubled and RBI double in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. He's responsible for the only run on the scoreboard for the Cleveland Indians. In there, strike 1, 97 on the radar gun. If you can, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel. I cannot stress to you enough how helpful that is. Fouls off the cut fastball, count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. If you're not into baseball, there are plenty of other playlists on my YouTube channel, including something called Dungeons and Dragons. Ground ball, right side. Check that, left side against the shift. They had him shifted to pull, and he beat the shift by hitting it past the only man on the left side of the infield. Hits leaders on the Cleveland Indians. Griffey is in second place behind J.D. Martinez. So 1 out runner at first. Up next, that man, J.D. Martinez, flied out in first. Fouls off the fastball, 96 on the radar gun for strike 1. This is a possible playoff matchup as the Avengers are fighting for first place in the National League West. Fouled off, count is 0-2. And the Indians currently are in first place in the National League. Check that. Huh. Check that. They are in the American League Central, so maybe a World Series matchup. Lazy fly ball to right. Batista is there, and there are 2 away. Making all kinds of mental mistakes today, ladies and gentlemen. I need to have a cup of coffee or something. So 2 down, runner at first. Top of the 4th, Garrett Anderson struck out in the second inning. He is 0 for 1. That ball is high. It is far. It is gone. That's a 2-run home run from Garrett Anderson. His 17th of the season. And this is now a 1-run ball game as the Avengers now lead 4-3. Ugh. Crushed it. Here's the replay. Boom. Right in his wheelhouse. Ouch. Oof. 427 feet projected. So 4-3 here in the top of the 4th. Up next is Trevor Story, who struck out in the second inning. And that's a line drive to center. Racing over is War Machine. He will Did he make the catch? Yes, he did for out number 3. However, a 2-run home run from Garrett Anderson makes this a 1-run ball game after 3.5 innings of play. It's the Avengers 4, the Indians 3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps Don Cheadle, who has an RBI single today. Scored a run as well.
Number 10.
Outside, ball 1. So Terrence Howard played James Rhodes first in the first Iron Man. Fouls it off, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. But then after that, Don Cheadle took over and became War Machine from that point on. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup, count as 1 and 2. I don't know if it was a contract problem or outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Maybe it was money negotiations, who knows? But in the end, I like Don Cheadle in the role better anyway. Sorry, Terrence. Full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is the leadoff man, Anthony Mackie. And he pulls it foul. And we'll do it again. Here comes the payoff pitch from Cueto. Line drive over the head of the first baseman. It is a leadoff single. And War Machine is 2 for 2 today. Got a runner on with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Cueto, they keep showing his line. 3+ innings, 9 hits. It's a lot of hits. However, he's only down by a run. Up next, Anthony Mackie was 1 for 2. Big lead at first. He already has a stolen base. He's going for a second one. Inside, throw down, not in time. Second stolen base of the game for Don Cheadle. He is just running them silly. No chance. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Here comes the pitch. Outside, 2-0. Mackey's hitting .377 with runners in scoring position this season. So he's comfortable with that runner at second base. And that's a line drive, base hit to left as we'll roll all the way to the wall. He's going to make it to second, and he's going to round second and head to third. He's going for third for the triple to throw to the plate. It is an RBI triple, and the MCU now leads 5-3. That's the 8th triple of the season for the new Captain America. Cut the check. And they need to get somebody up in the bullpen. Pronto. Next up, runner at third, nobody out for Tom Holland. And that is a base hit. It's an RBI single for Spider-Man. Spider-Man. 6-3 Avengers here in the bottom of the 4th. Still nobody out. This is going to be a high-scoring game, ladies and gentlemen. High scoring. Boom. Get myself a sip of water. I'm doing a lot of talking. Next up, Tony Stark. 0 for 2 today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. So this is Avengers baseball. It's my intention to play 162 games on YouTube. No skipped innings, no simulated games. Ground ball to Murray, over to second for 1, back to first. Double play. There's 2 away bases empty now. Nice slick fielding by Eddie Murray at first. 3-6-3 double play. Here's the replay. So it's Murray over to Story and then back to Murray. The 3-6-3. So 2 outs, bases empty. Up steps Chris Evans. Chris is 0 for 2, flied out twice. 3 runs, 3-run lead. Oh, that hit him. 2 out, basically a 2-out walk. Next up, Chadwick Boseman, runner at first, 2 away. He's 1 for 2 with a single today. And the half inning continues. Chases a slider, swing and a miss, strike 1. Evans leads off first. Inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Chadwick Boseman played in the movie 42, Jackie Robinson. Slow roller to the third baseman, throws to first in time, and the side's retired, but not before the Avengers score twice and give themselves a 6-3 lead. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the fifth. Up steps Salvador Perez, who's 0 for 1. So Cooper's got a 3-run lead now. He's got to not squander it. Grounder to third. Routine play for Black Panther. Throws to first. And there's one pitch, one away.
Up next for Cleveland.
Next up, Colton Wong struck out in the third. And he pulls it foul for strike one. And that is a line drive single to center. It's a 1-out single for Wong. And the Indians have the base runner here in the top of the fifth. Next up, the leadoff man lineup turns over for the Indians. Edgar Martinez is 0 for 2 today. At the knees, strike one, 96 on the radar gun. So speed is not the problem this season with Bradley Cooper. It's obviously pitch selection and placement. On the corner, count is 0-2 on Martinez. He's 4-7 on the season. Runner leads off first. And that is a line drive towards the left center field gap. Racing over is War Machine. He makes the catch for the second out. So 2 away. Runner retreats to first. Up next is Al Kaline, who singled and scored a run. He's 1 for 2. Al Kaline is a legendary player. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Played for the Detroit Tigers in the 1960s. Deep drive towards the seats in foul territory. Racing over, collides with the wall, makes the catch. Drax the Destroyer can't get over his head. He'll catch it. Dave Bautista, nice highlight play to end the inning after 4.5. MCU leads 6-3.
Your attention, please.
So, in relief from the bullpen on the mound for the Indians is Tony Barnett. 3-1 with a 4.15 earned run average. Leading off is Dave Bautista, who just flashed the leather. He's 2 for 2 today so far, so he's having a good game. Bottom of the fifth. Pitch is high, ball 1. Bautista carries a modest 6-game hitting streak to the plate. And he pops him up. Right side, Murray is there. And there's 1 away. Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch playing DH today in place of Mark Ruffalo, the Incredible Hulk. He had some sort of family emergency. He hits a line drive to center. Easy play for the center fielder, Ken Griffey Jr., and there are 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the fifth.
Number 63.
Hopefully, Ruffalo will be back to the ballpark tomorrow after taking care of that family emergency. So 2 away, bases empty. Up steps Idris Elba, who's 0 for 2. Hemidall. And he grounds it to the third baseman. Throws to first in time. 1-2-3 inning for Barnett. At the end of 5, it's an official ball game, ladies and gentlemen. The Avengers lead by 3, 6-3. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th inning. Eddie Murray is 0 for 2. He struck out. He lined out. Cooper's still on the mound. Grounder to third. Routine play for Black Panther. He throws to first, and there's 1 down. Next up, Ken Griffey Jr. He singled, he doubled, he drove in a run. He's 2 for 2. He has the average up to 351. Definitely having an all-star season. Drive to center. There is Cheadle, and there are 2 away. So 2 outs, bases empty here in the top of the 6th.
Now batting.
And up steps J.D. Martinez, who has flown out twice today. He is 0 for 2. Misses outside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes. Late on the fastball. Counts 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of it to stay alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases empty. 6-3 lead for the Avengers. That ball is high. It is far. It will bang off of that scoreboard. And it's, oh my goodness, they're having a little problem out there. It's going to be an inside the park home run for J.D. Martinez. And the scoreboard is now 6-4. They had a little bit of trouble there in the outfield corralling it. It goes off that high scoreboard. Realistically, it should have only been a double. But instead, he notices that they're having trouble picking up the ball after it ricocheted off of that high scoreboard in left center field. And he made his way all the way around for an inside the park home run. This is a 2-run contest now. 2 outs, up steps Garrett Anderson, who had a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. Terrible defense in the outfield. Line drive, Idris is there to retire the side. But the inside the park home run makes it a 2-run contest. After 5.5, it's the Avengers 6, the Indians 4. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Don Cheadle, who's 2 for 2 today. RBI scored twice. It's got that average up to 322.
Ball 1.
Breaking ball is outside, ball 1. Looked like it could have been called a strike, but home plate umpire says no, it's a ball. And he slices it the other way. Routine play in left field. 1 away.
Now batting.
Next up, the leadoff man for the Avengers is 2 for 3. He got a single, a triple, 2 runs batted in. He is the new Captain America, Anthony Mackie. Captain Wilson, if you will. Cut fastball, called a ball by the home plate umpire. Looked like a strike to me. 1 ball and no strikes. That time he calls it a strike. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Very inconsistent behind the plate from the home plate umpire. Jams him inside. Count is 1 and 2. Tony Barnett deals. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th. 2-run lead for the MCU, 6-4. And that's a line drive. Will it hang up there? Yes, it will. Easy play for K-Line, and there's 1 away. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder. Next up is Tom Holland. Tom Holland is 3 for 3. He's got 3 singles and RBI. He has his batting average up to 372 to lead the ball club. Grounds it from foul territory. Jump throw from Edgar Martinez. What a play for the 2nd out. Check that. Side is retired. Let's watch this. From foul territory, jump throw. The end is 6. It's a 2-run lead for the MCU. 6-4. So we go to the top of the 7th inning. Trevor Story is 0 for 2 today. Steps up to lead off. We're going to go to the bullpen. And we're going to put some guys on, let's say, Paul Bettany, which his vision is a lefty. And Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, is a righty. We're going to warm them up just in case things get a little out of hand. Here comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Fastball in there, strike 1. So in case you missed it, the Avengers are 51 and 28. That pitch was outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 51 and 28. At the start today, they were half a game out of first place behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West. The Avengers, a created franchise, took the place of the San Diego Padres. Pitches inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Check swing. He did not go.
Ball 3.
Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike. On deck for the Indians, Salvador Perez. Rocket deals. Ball 4, he walks the leadoff man, and the tying run will come to the plate here in the top of the 7th. That is not what you want to do in a 2-run ball game in the 7th. You don't want to walk the leadoff man. I think the stats are something like 65% of first batter walks in innings score, come around and score. Anyway, Salvador Perez, 0 for 2. Runner leads off first, has speed. Fastball 96 on the radar gun, in there, strike 1. 6-4 Avengers, first game of a 2-game series. And that is a bloop towards short left field. Racing in is Elba. He makes the catch, 1 away. Thought there might be a chance for it to dunk in there for a shallow base hit, but Hemidall sees all, made the catch. Next up, Colton Wong, who's 1 for 2, a single in the 5th inning. Runner leads off first. Skies it to center. Easy play for War Machine, and there are 2 out. Bradley Cooper has only thrown 56 pitches. Now, he's given up 4 earned runs, but only 56 pitches here in 6 2/3 innings. Anyway, the lineup turns over for the Indians. Edgar Martinez is up for his 4th plate appearance. He's 0 for 3 today. He's going. Throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Trevor Story. So Trevor Story walks to lead off the inning. Now steals a bag, puts himself in scoring position. So a single here could make this a 1-run ball game. Let's see what happens. But it looks like this should retire the side. And it does. So get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch here at Crosley Field. It's a 2-run ball game. The Avengers lead 6-4. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Leading off the bottom of the 7th is Robert Downey Jr. He is 0 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Up next, up against Tony Barnett, in for his 3rd inning of relief work. He has been effective. Jams him, pops it up, short right center field. And second baseman makes the catch, 1 away. Next up, Chris Evans. He was hit by a pitch in the 4th inning. Officially, he is 0 for 2 today. 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 7th. Chases a pitch, fouls it off, strike 1. Chris Evans is the catcher for the Avengers. He also plays a little DH, back and forth between both him and Mark Ruffalo share catching duties. And that's a line drive. Will it dunk in there? No, it will not. Nice catch. Al Kaline has been busy in right field today, showing a Gold Glove leather out there. So 2 away. Chadwick Boseman's 1 for 3. Here comes a pitch from Barnett, who's done a great job in relief, holding the Avengers down. That's a line drive, but right there is the left fielder to retire the side. We're going to the 8th. The Avengers lead 6-4. Thank you for watching. So Kaline steps up. Kaline's 1 for 3. Surprisingly, Rocket Raccoon is still out there on the mound. I would have thought that a reliever would have come in at this point, but considering his pitch count, maybe they're trying to get as much. Checks the swing, but cut fastballs in there for strike 1. Maybe they're trying to get as much mileage on Cooper and try to save the bullpen for days when you really need it. Cut fastball inside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Attendance 28,179. Believe it or not, that is a sellout for Crosley Field. This is a minor league ballpark. 28,000 is basically the capacity. Out of play, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on K-line. Rocket deals. Ground ball to the mound, speared by Rocket Raccoon, throws to first, and there is 1 away here in the top of the 8th. Nice play by Bradley Cooper. Next up, Eddie Murray, switch hitter, batting from the left side, 0 for 3 today. Checks his swing, but the fastball's in there. Strike 1. 96 on the radar gun. Still throwing 96 in the 8th inning. So again, velocity is not the issue with Rocket. Change up, finds the outside corner quickly. The count is 0-2 on Eddie Murray. Swing and a miss, he struck him out. 2 outs. I'm going to start the late night recap show in 10 minutes. I'm super excited. Got a lot to recap tonight. Mr. Bomba Time Gaming. Those of you that might be watching, unfortunately, most of the people that will be watching this stream will not be watching it live. They'll be watching it after the fact. So I'm hoping that after they see this video, they check out Bomba Time Gaming's stream. 2 outs here in the 8th. It's a line drive single for Ken Griffey Jr. He keeps the inning alive with a 2-out single. Hard line drive up the middle. One of the greatest hitters I've ever seen in my life, Ken Griffey Jr. So with JD Martinez up, the manager is going to go to the bullpen. He's going to bring in Paul Rudd to put him in the game because the tying run is at the plate. That'll be all for Bradley Cooper. 4 runs in 7 2/3 innings pitched. He's responsible for the runner at first. He cannot lose. He can win. Paul Rudd is 1-0 with a 4.62 earned run average. We're going to go back to the manager's office. We're going to go to the bullpen, and we're going to warm up Jeremy Renner, who is the closer. Hawkeye is the closer on the ball club. Okay. Hoping to bring in Jeremy Renner in the 9th. Hopefully we will not need him with 2 outs in the 8th. That's a line drive. Base hits. And now the tying runs are on 1st and 2nd for the Indians. It's 1st and 2nd with 2 out. So Ant-Man comes in and promptly gives up a single to JD Martinez. And things are getting a little tense here in the top of the 8th inning for the Avengers. So next up is the left-handed hitter, Garrett Anderson, who has a 2-run home run in this ball game in the 4th inning. He has 17 homers on the season. He represents the go-ahead run. Pitch from Rudd. Grounds it, just foul. Strike 1. Anderson's hitting only .217 with runners in scoring position, so he's not that comfortable with that runner at second base so this season. And he lines it foul. 2 quick strikes. Count is 0-2 on Garrett. Just gets a piece to stay alive. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. So again, tying runs are on base. 1st and 2nd with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Here comes the pitch from Paul. Down the, oh, it's a foul ball. That was almost a double down the left field line. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and the side is retired, and they strand the runners. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 6-4 lead for the MCU. This is Avengers baseball. So coming in relief for the Cleveland Indians is Lou Trevino. He's pitched in 33 games out of the bullpen. He's 3-2 with a 6.94 earned run average. And leading off is Dave Bautista. But before we do that, the manager, we're going to go to the bullpen. And we are going to have Jeremy Renner, scheduled to put Jeremy Renner in the game to pitch the 9th inning for the save. Okay, so bottom of the 8th, 6-4 lead for the Avengers. Here's the first pitch from Trevino. Outside ball 1. So Dave Bautista is a former WWE professional wrestler. Batista. And he lines it to right, deep, but playable. K-Line makes the catch for the first out.
Now batting.
Next up, Benedict Cumberbatch, 1 for 3 with an RBI single today. Again, he's a replacement, late day replacement for Mark Ruffalo today. Swinging and miss at the fastball, 99 on the radar gun. The Indians' bullpen is active. Left-hander Luis Avilian and Chaz Rowe getting loose on the field. Dangerous place to have a bullpen, but whatever. And he pulls it foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Dr. Strange. Here comes the pitch. Fastball outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Want to say a big thank you to Bumba Time Gaming for sticking around for as long as you have. Thank you so much. Ground ball off his shoe tops. He races off the mound, picks it up, but it'll be an infield single. That's the second hit of the ball game, and I wonder if he's injured.
Number 63.
He's hobbling around out there. Will they send the trainer out to the mound? I wonder. It doesn't look so good. No, he waves off the trainer. He's good. He's going to pitch to at least another batter. Up next is Idris Elba, who's 0 for 3 today. Cumberbatch leads off first. Pitches outside, ball 1. Idris had a 2-run double in yesterday's ball game. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. And he's a little late on the fastball, slicing out of play. Strike 1. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to Hemidall. Is it Hemidall? Is it Hemidall? I don't know. Whatever sounds good. Runner leads off first. Quick throw to first. He's back. Trying to get a big lead. No problem, man. I enjoy your content. I love hearing you play-by-play. Well, thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated. I do my best. I enjoy doing the play-by-play almost as much as playing the game. Curveball outside. Hitters count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Runner leads off first. 1 away. 6-4 lead for the Avengers. Don Cheadle is on deck. Here comes the pitch from Lou Trevino. Swing and a miss. The cut fastball. Tried to wrap it into left field. Couldn't get around on it. Full count. 3-2. With 1 out, will the runner be in motion? I doubt it. Outside ball 4, and he walks him. So there'll be a runner in scoring position for the Avengers. First and second with 1 out. Up steps Don Cheadle. Don's had a busy day. 2 singles, 2 runs scored, an RBI. It's got the average up to 320 on the season. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And he fouls it back, strike 1. Don's hitting .351 with runners in scoring position, so seeing that runner at second is not a problem. Again, he fouls off the triple-digit fastball. 100 miles an hour on the radar gun. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on War Machine. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coming in to close it out, warming in the bullpen for the Avengers is... Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Warming in the bullpen for the Avengers is Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye. I'm sure he would prefer a 3-run lead. Let's see what happens. And he jams him over to second for 1, back to first. It's an inning-ending double play. Nice play. Mr. John Walker, welcome back. Colton Wong turns the double play at the end of 8. We go to the top of the 9th. Last licks for the Cleveland Indians. They need 2 runs to tie at 6-4. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief is Hawkeye. He's making his 25th appearance out of the bullpen. His record is 0-2. However, he has 19 saves in 21 save opportunities. He has 31 strikeouts and no walks in just over 19 innings pitched. He has a 2-run lead to protect. Up next is Trevor Story, who's walked. He's stolen a base. Officially, he is 0 for 2. Here comes Ronan. Swing and a miss. The 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Strike one. Thank you, Mr. Walker, for joining the stream. Unfortunately, this is the 9th inning. I'm very happy to see your name in the box again. Breaking ball in there. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Story. So this is the first game of a 2-game series, quick 2-game set at home against the Indians. Obviously, the Avengers are leading 6-4 in the 9th. Just misses inside with the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Renner's going for save number 20. Let's see what happens. And he just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball, fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. Slider outside. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yes, this time I didn't miss the stream. Well, listen, John, always appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much. Fouls it off the mask of the umpire. Look, he goes down like a sack of potatoes. Look at him behind that plate. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pops him up. Infield, charging in is Tony Stark. He makes the catch for out number 1. Thank you for liking the video, Mr. John Walker. I appreciate it. I appreciate your comments. Thank you so much. Please, if you get an opportunity, check out some of the other playlists on my YouTube channel. It's not just baseball. I'm doing a Mass Effect playlist. We do something called Dungeons and Dragons once a week. It's not a video game. It's a tabletop role-playing game. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Give it a try. So next up is Salvador Perez. Fouls it off for strike 1. Perez is 0 for 3 today. And he fouls the slider back. Count is 0-2. Two-seam fastball inside. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. This is Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. The score is 6-4 MCU here in the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. There's 2 away. And the Cleveland Indians are down to their final out of the ball game. Here's the replay. So representing that final out, it's Colton Wong, who has a single in the 5th. He's 1 for 3. Left-handed hitter. Fastball in there, triple digits on the radar gun. Looked high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Just misses. Going for that inside corner, missed. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the Cleveland Indians are down to their final strike of the game. Here comes the pitch from Hawkeye. Pops him up, racing over out of the crouch is Evans. He makes, oh no, he almost, that could have been ball game. And he just missed the pop-up foul near the dugout. So let's see if that causes a little bit of karmic momentum shift. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. 6-4 lead for the Avengers. Here comes the pitch from Renner. Grounder up the first base line, caught, racing over the bag to retire. The side is Tony Stark. Side retired, ball game over. Avengers win 6-4. So that's win number 5 for Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon, and win number 52 on the season. The Avengers are now 52-28 as they approach the halfway mark of the season. Let's go to the scorecard. As the Hollywood Avengers, 6 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Cleveland Indians, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Again, Bradley Cooper gets the win. He's 5-7 on the season. Johnny Cueto gets the loss. And Jeremy Renner, or Hawkeye in the MCU, gets save number 20 on the season. The player of the game was Don Cheadle, War Machine, who's 2 for 4 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. And this has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is game number 80 of a 162 game regular season on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. I hope to see you guys again. Special thanks to John Walker. Big thank you to Bomba Got Time Gaming. The final here at Crosley Field in this first game of a 2-game series against Cleveland. The Hollywood Avengers win 6-4. Thanks so much for showing up. Have yourself a great night, guys.